So he was averaging his senior year. He had 4,000 yards and we think 10 games.
This says 327 yards a game. So that would be like 12 or 13.
How many times did he get tackled? He probably got tackled like 4 times a game. All right. It is Tuesday. It's November 5th. It is Maction Day. Maction gets started. It's the NFL trade deadline. Very important day in America.
College football playoff rankings, too.
I mean, talk about a jam-packed news schedule for today.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to get into.
Happy Maction to all my fellow Mac
Happy
graduates.
For all those who celebrate. Today's episode is being brought to you by Game Time. Football season's here. We can't wait to get out some games this fall with the help of Game Time. I went to the Bengals-Commanders game on Monday night. It was incredible. It was so fun. Game Time got me in. They are the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. You know how much we love Game Time. Now they have a brand new Game Time Picks feature. They're making it easier than ever to get into a game. Game Time Picks filters out all the fluff to show you incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Big T, on Game Time right now, Tennessee's got Mississippi State this weekend.
Homecoming
weekend.
Yep.
What are tickets like to get in?
I can get you in for $112.
$112.
Top 10 team, homecoming.
Neyland Stadium.
At night.
What part of the checkerboard is that in?
It's not Checker Neyland, so I don't know. But
okay, they're not doing checkered this weekend?
That's
for homecoming?
Once a year.
Who are they going to do it for?
We did it for Florida.
Oh, okay. It was worth it. You won.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to Neyland Stadium for homecoming, if you want to go to any college football game or NFL game, check out Game Time and their Game Time Picks deal. It's a big deal. The Game Time Picks has great seats. You just pull up your chosen event and you turn on the Game Time Picks setting at the top of the screen, or you can browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. Let me ask you this, Big T. Mm-hmm. Purchasing homecoming tickets, is that a task that you would do on your phone or on your computer?
I would do it on my phone, but I know there are people who would go to the computer for that.
But with Game Time Picks, it's easy to
both.
do. It's easy to do it on your phone. You don't.
Yeah, well, I have the app on my phone, so I don't need to go to the computer.
There you go. What are you waiting for? Buy those tickets right now with Game Time. Check out the Game Time Picks. You can download the Game Time app today and use code MACRO to easily score great deals with the new Game Time Picks. Use code MACRO. What time is it? It's game time. All right, it is Election Day today. And everyone's been talking about October surprise this, October surprise that. Well, it's November right now. It's November 4th as we're recording this. And we have a November surprise that just dropped. Peanut the squirrel died.
Government-sponsored execution of Peanut the squirrel.
So we talked about this a little bit on Part of My Take yesterday. I was consumed with football, so I spent this morning reading up on Peanut the squirrel. And let me know if I get this right, Big T.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Peanut the squirrel was the pet squirrel, originally rescue, but had been nursed back to life and now kind of acting like the pet squirrel of a OnlyFans model, Squirrel Daddy, who lived in New York.
I did not know that aspect.
Yeah, I think his bio said Peanut's dad, very kinky player.
No kidding.
For Squirrel Daddy, yeah. So Squirrel Daddy had himself a squirrel, and he was putting it on Instagram, became like an Instagram star, I guess. I don't know. I'd never heard of it until this weekend. And then one of the neighbors called the cops on the squirrel, on Peanut. They swatted the squirrel. So the cops go to the house. As they're going through the house to investigate reports of having an illegal squirrel and raccoon, the squirrel allegedly bit one of the officers, and then they euthanized the squirrel and the raccoon to test them for rabies. Did I get that right?
I believe that's the gist of it, yeah.
And then since that happened, there have been numerous people online who are involved in politics that are now making this a political issue, mostly pointed at like Democrats in New York. Did I get that right?
Yeah, so here's a TikTok from the Trump campaign.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. Peanut, needlessly murdered by Democratic bureaucrats in New York. We will avenge you on Tuesday at the ballot box.
Okay, so do you think that this is a winning thing?
I don't think it's a. I mean,
Are they just having
it's
fun?
a meme.
Are they just having fun? If they're just having fun, that's cool. But I've seen people
I do
be like
think it's.
Peanut,
I do think
Peanut's
it's
going to sway the election.
No, I do think it's actually insane that they the guy said that they had him. They raided his house. They sat him outside like a criminal for 5 hours, and then took his pets and killed him. I think that's insane.
Peanut was no angel though. He had an extensive.
He was an angel to us.
An extensive past. I'm going to wait until Peanut's toxicology report comes out.
Right.
And then I can make a judgment on what happened after.
Is it illegal to have a squirrel?
It is illegal to keep a squirrel indoors in the state of New York, yes.
Oh, well, stop breaking the law, man.
So,
I back the blue personally.
I don't know what's going to happen with this. When I saw that he was an OnlyFans guy, then I started thinking to myself, like, how
The squirrel?
I don't know. So if the squirrel was used in any of this guy's videos, then that squirrel's probably
surely not
very happy that it got euthanized.
Surely not.
You don't think so? I don't know.
I don't know, but I have to imagine
He was just marketing for the OnlyFans, I guess.
But I also saw this guy said that he had like an animal rescue business or something, and Peanut was like the
star.
The mascot for that.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of threads that we have to pull on this story. I think we've only scratched the surface.
Peanut was a complicated man.
He was a complicated, as we all are. So I don't know if we're ever going to get the real story about what happened, like all the details about what happened. But it seems like the state of New York has confirmed that they confiscated the squirrel and euthanized it, as well as Fred the raccoon. No one's talking about Fred the raccoon.
Yeah, kind of a Farrah Fawcett situation.
Yeah.
Dying on the same day as Michael Jackson.
Yeah. So, that's where we're at with Squirrel the Peanut. I don't know if it's a winning thing. This sounds
Peanut the squirrel.
What did I say?
Squirrel the peanut.
Squirrel, Peanut the squirrel. Sorry, I didn't have any coffee this morning. I'm on 0 caffeine right now. This feels like something that would not be, in fact, the move of a winning campaign.
Why is that?
Because it's not really, doesn't really have to do with anything in the election.
Right. So then, like, who cares?
Well,
I mean, like half the country's voted already.
Well,
so.
it's the last 48 hours before an election. I just feel like the real estate and the creative energy of the powers that be in a campaign should probably be doing things besides doing squirrel memes. I don't know.
I mean, the other side's running commercials of dudes jerking off. So, like, I think they can do the peanut the squirrel.
Who's jerking off?
Oh, you haven't seen that commercial?
No.
Google Kamala jerking off commercial.
I don't know if I want to Google
No, that's the commercials they're running. They want you to see it.
Because it's fucking up my algorithm.
Because
if
she becomes president, then she's going to look at my search history and she's going to have me arrested.
Commercial. You should put commercial in there.
And commercial spelled with an O.
Kamala's closing argument, beating off a loss. Is this it?
Okay, let's see. It's a pair of pro-Kamala Harris political action committees have a new ad featuring a man masturbating under a blanket while watching porn. He's interrupted by an older man who is the campaign's idea of a fascist. The ad titled "Republicans Rubbing You the Wrong Way" is running in the battleground states of blah, 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 all the battleground states. It's a product of Political Action Committee's Progress Action Fund and Defend the Vote.
That shit is funny as hell.
So it's like a guy jacking off, and then somebody shows up and is like, "Hey, you're not allowed to jack off."
Yeah, that's the way he did it. He said, "I won, so you can't do this.
You can
get out of my room.
You can take my penis from my cold dead hands."
So I think Peanut the squirrel is okay to post a meme or two about.
Listen, I don't really see. It just struck me.
What's the point though? Like, so this is not partisan. But I'm just genuinely because I understand the point of the jacking off commercial. They're talking about taking away your right to view. That's a free speech issue, like your right to view pornography. It's freedom of speech, expression. What is the point of the squirrel thing? Like, so, what are the Democrats taking away from squirrels?
I think the squirrel thing is like a fun way for Republicans to make fun of Democrats for being like big government.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a. Is it like a wild animal thing? Like, so like, that's a left leaning thing. You want big government out of your house. You want to be able to have.
I think it's more that with the plethora of problems in this country right now, the fact that the government's being deployed and using resources to go into somebody's house and kill their pets is like. Now I don't know. Like, It's a meme. I don't think it's that
Boo.
deep,
Yeah, it's a
but
boo for me.
Yeah, I don't think it's that deep. I think it's just like, okay, this is a fun thing to rally behind. But in actual political news, there've been a couple polls that came out recently, and some are saying that they're fake polls, some are saying that they're real polls. But they have Kamala up in Iowa right now,
so
which would be absolutely insane for that state to flip back blue. Now, there are a lot of people in Iowa that voted Democrat for Obama. So there are a ton of votes out there that went Obama to Trump. So it's not like crazy to think that some of them would go back to voting Democrat again.
So I saw that the woman who does that poll is supposed to be one of like the best pollsters out there.
Yeah.
But then I saw a video of her getting interviewed, and somebody was showing the data from one of her polls that was like way off or something, way favored Democrats a bunch, and she asked what the D and R meant on the tweet. So I don't really know how to take her.
I think that she is probably not very literate when it comes to social media, and she's also a pollster who only talks about data and doesn't really like speculate.
But that's
on
like
anything.
the core of your data. That's like the one thing.
I saw the same video. I wouldn't think that she's been doing this for 20 years. I think she knows what a D and an R is. But I think that she was like a little bit. She didn't want to comment and speculate on anything, because if you know any like poll nerds, they're just like, my business is not to give takes on anything. My business is to look at numbers all day on a spreadsheet.
Right.
And so you're not going to get any like hot takes out of the pollsters. But it would be shocking if Iowa flipped.
I do not. I regrettably think Kamala's going to win. I would be utterly shocked if she won Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think when that poll came out, I don't think they're thinking that she's gonna win Iowa, but it's like kind of showing the demographic of how dominant she's going to be. That's what it's predicated off of. I don't think they think that she's gonna win off of that poll that came out from Iowa. I think they're just gonna think that they didn't think she was gonna have a lead in Iowa, and so that is kind of telling going forward. They said like a lot of women came out in droves, stuff like that. So you never know, but that's why she's kind of known as like from my understanding anyway, like as a reputable pollster, is because she kind of gives info that it kind of goes against the grain of what they initially thought, and like so that's why she gave her summation of who's up in Iowa. That was like a whoa, because nobody expected Iowa to flip blue.
And she's always right, or she at least always close to being right.
Yeah, she's been very reputable.
So she called Trump having a lot more support back in 2016, and everybody else was like, she's insane. And I think going back to like 2008, she's been within like 2 or 3 points on her final poll like every single time. So she's good. I think it might be a little bit different this year in Iowa, because Iowa has the 6-week abortion ban, and if you look at the numbers in her poll, it was like every older woman, not every, but 2 out of 3, maybe more than that, said that they're going to vote for Kamala because they remember what it was like before Roe v. Wade. So they have that core memory that they're like, no, it's not good. And then the other Midwestern states that they're saying could fall in line with that might not, because Iowa has that 6-week ban, and I don't think any other swing state has a 6-week ban like Iowa does. So it might be more impactful to them in Iowa than it is to somebody that's in Wisconsin or somebody that's in Michigan. But it was definitely like a lot more leaning Democrat than anybody thought that would be. So I guess we'll all find out maybe tomorrow, maybe on Wednesday. I don't know. I hope it doesn't drag out into the weekend like it did last year. I hope it doesn't drag out and just like make everybody spend all their time scrolling their phone, looking at videos and trying to figure out what's going on. I hope it's safe too. I am a little bit worried about that.
Hope what's safe?
The election.
You hope the election is. What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, in this like politically charged climate, I feel like there's a substantial amount of the population that would be more liable to get in some mischief this year. Whether that's like, I'm not saying like violent attacks on polling stations or anything, but I'm saying like calling in,
I got you.
Calling in threats, things like that. I feel like that this. And it could be somebody that's doing it as a false flag. It could be somebody that's actually doing it. I don't know. But I just hope it's all good. And I hope that we find out soon so we don't drag this shit out. So we can just move on.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fucking dog shit, bro. This is it's just funny because you see like there's like a bit like I follow this one dude who's like a conspiracy theorist. He like goes deep into like all these like different things. So it's kind of fun like watching him. But like he's kind of out there. He's really on the Jewish conspiracy, like Jews are the evil Jewish, cabal. Um, but he posted something today. He was like, just know that if she wins, they're cheating. And so it's like that's the rhetoric from that subset of that side. I ain't gonna say the whole side, but it's just like if he wins, they're not cheating. But if he loses, they're cheating. Like so, it's just you setting it up for like this that you can't win. Like what I'm saying, there's no winning with that line of thinking, and it's a dangerous precedent to set, but like it's objectively funny. Like when you hear him talk about it, so it's gonna be a shit show. It's gonna be horrible. I hope you're right. I hope everything stays safe out there in them streets, but I don't know, man.
Who do you guys
I hope
watch?
everybody touches some grass.
Do you guys have like election night people that you're like, yeah, I love this guy, I love this girl?
Hey, bro. Hey, listen. I know CNN gets a bad rap, but election night,
No,
I think
I
they
agree
do
with
the
you.
best job. They do the best job, though.
John King
They've got that
at his board.
that big ass board.
Yeah.
It gets
Best
bigger every year
graphics.
too.
It's like touch screen and shit. They do a good job.
Let's go in here to Cuyahoga County in 2016.
That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
county.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's. I saw him talking about Cherokee County, Georgia yesterday, which is where I grew up. So
Yeah.
I was.
I like
man.
Steve Kornacki.
I can't believe that's a swing county now. but-
When they zoom in on crucial Waukesha County in Wisconsin, oh fuck, that's good. That's good stuff. And then you can see like where somebody like at one end of the street has voted. They're like, okay, it looks like the basement of 2320 Maple Drive has turned blue this year.
Maricopa County.
Yeah.
It's a big one. What are the ones in Pennsylvania that are big?
Was it not Cook County, Erie County? Erie County. Oh, I remember this. It's funny how you have these like little nuggets that are ingrained inside your mind from seeing so many elections. Erie County, Bellwether County. They're Bellwether County. So as Erie County goes, so goes the nation.
Right.
That's what they always say about Erie County. Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. I think that's one of them too.
Okay.
Also, it says on here Luzerne County
Lucerne County. Yep.
and Northampton County.
Yep. Fairfax County, Virginia always gets a lot of shine during election night. Always. Because it'll start out and they'll be like, now we got to wait for Fairfax County to come in. Fairfax and Loudoun County, that's where you're going to see heavy blue votes out there. So it's still too early to call for Virginia.
I know you're someone who appreciates this, but my favorite tweet every single election day is the sports reporter who takes it upon themselves to say, oh, they're ordering pizza and working until 2 a.m. That's
Yeah.
called Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I love it every single year.
It is good. I also like sports reporters that post pictures of them with the I voted sticker. It's just, congrats.
I think a lot of people do that.
Yeah, but sports, when they do it, it's funnier.
It's true.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting night. Kornacki is I've started to hate Kornacki. I think it's because he invades my football coverage every fall when he gets out there with his little rolled up piece of paper and he starts talking about wild card odds. Yeah, they just bring him
You
out.
used to be his number one guy.
He looks like Roan, which is cool. But Jeff D. Lowe turned me against him because what they do on Sunday Night Football, they bring him out like a little freak, like he's their freak that just knows numbers, and they like wheel him out and they're like, okay, here's the freak that's going to talk to us about data. All right, tell us your freaky numbers, you weirdo. Then they kick him right off. My question is, does he have multiple pairs of those khakis, or is he like Harbaugh, or does he just have the one white shirt and the khakis and the rolled up piece of paper? What's on that piece of paper?
I don't know.
He never looks at it.
Could just be for effect. Could be blank.
It might be. What else is there about election night? What are you guys excited about? Anything exciting? You remember, I never really,
So my life, I am.
I never
I don't
really
do it.
knew why people had election night like parties. Seems like a weird thing to have because you're.
Hope.
You're just basically like, this could be the worst party ever or the best party ever.
I think after
Yeah,
2016, there's no more election parties.
I'm for any kind of get together with the homies. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to celebrate that shit, dog.
Yeah.
I think there might be a little powwow here tomorrow night if you're wanting to stick around.
Oh, there's a party?
I wouldn't classify it as a party. I think some people might stay.
Oh yeah, I might. Who knows? I might stick around. I did get an invite to Chef Donnie's Halloween party last weekend. The invite was just like Halloween party at my house. We're gonna have huge lasers.
There was.
Were
I
they
was
big?
there,
How
yeah.
big were the lasers?
They were pretty big. Like he had dry ice, so it like was creating fog, and then he had the fog machine on. Like he had a projector playing like skeletons dancing. Like it was all out.
Damn, I saw huge lasers. I was like, "Fuck, I want to go to this party
The
so
lasers
bad."
were big.
Yeah, you had me at huge lasers, Donnie. Also, Arian, on Friday night up in New Haven at Toad's Place, we played a little concert. A guy came up to me after the show wearing a authentic Color Rush red Arian Foster football jersey.
Oh, you should have just warned Big T. I know he's probably seething right now.
Yeah.
No, I think that's great.
It was
Yeah.
it was a nice jersey. It was a really good jersey.
Yeah, people send me that shit every now and then. Like people wearing them random NFL games randomly. I see them I seen one in Philly. I seen one in New England. It's dope, man. It's really dope. And also, I went back to a game. Andre Johnson went into he got to the Hall of Fame, and I think they gave him like a ring ceremony. I guess there's a ring for it. And so I went back to that game, and it was so much love. So much love. Got super lit. The Colts was playing. I went on there. Did I say this already? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think we talked about it on this show.
Yeah. So I went. They showed mad love. It was good seeing a bunch of the old fellas. I went down to the sidelines. I told the PR person, I was like, "Yo, let me get down on the sidelines." She said, "All right, cool." I didn't even have a pass. That was cool. Just kind of let me roam. I roamed the sidelines, and then I went on the other sidelines because I know Jonathan Taylor, the running back for the Colts. He's always showed me love, so I went to go holler at him. And then I saw Jim Bob Cooter.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah. So I dapped up Jim Bob. It's been a minute since I've seen him. It was really dope being back, man. Seeing all the people show love. It was really cool, man. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I was hyped. And I'm super hyped right now because after I get off this podcast, I'm on a plane headed to New York. And I have a good business partner of mine who is a member of Wingfoot.
Ooh.
Yeah, Wingfoot's like, for those that don't know, it's like, I think they played a US Open there. It's like a really prestige course, pristine, super private, super uppity. And I'm gonna go ghetto-fy that thing up, try to tear that place up, man. I'm super excited about that. So
Love it.
I had tickets to the U.S. Open in 2020 at Winged Foot canceled. Tough scene.
Never forget what they took from you, Big
Yep.
T. They
yeah.
that's where Phil Mickelson had a big meltdown. I think he's winning the US Open going into like the 17th hole there.
Oh yeah, he put it in like 3-4 times, and then while it was rolling, he hit it up the hill.
That was a different meltdown.
Oh, okay.
Different
I
Phil
didn't see this one.
meltdown, yeah.
I didn't see it.
Also, if anybody out there is doing more research on Squirrel Daddy, just a heads up, Squirrel Daddy is also the name of a firearms dealer in Indiana. I don't think that they're related.
How far into Indiana? Like close to here or like Indianapolis?
Let me see. I just pulled it up a second ago. Squirrel Daddy Premium Firearm Parts and Accessories. It is Larwill, Indiana.
Larwill?
Larwill?
How do you spell it?
Larwill.
116 miles, approximately 2.5 hours from here.
Okay, not a bad drive. If you need any firearms. Actually, no, I can't say that because then that's trafficking across state lines. Forget I said anything.
Outside of Fort Wayne.
Outside beautiful, sunny Fort Wayne, Indiana. Squirrel Daddy. Yeah, so anybody got any positive news? Anything fun to talk about? It's not dead squirrels and elections.
The election will be over soon,
It will be over soon.
which is either good or bad news.
I can't wait.
This is the worst of us. For sure.
Yeah. Everyone's pissed off. Everybody's like super on edge. Everyone's freaking out about stuff.
Okay, I got an 8 off. It ain't an 8 off. It's like a hey yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, it's not an 8. I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? I feel marvelous. But I'm just like, what is wrong with you, bro? Your man's, I don't know if he's tweeting this shit or if he got like an intern or some shit, but your man's AB,
Yeah.
he tweeted a picture of Tupac Shakur wearing a Make America Great Again hat. And I'm just like, all right, man, I gotta say something. Tupac was a communist. Tupac's mother was a Black Panther. To think that that man would, and this ain't like I don't know if he would vote Democratic. I don't know. I have no idea if he would vote for a Democrat. I would venture to say he might not vote, you know, but he definitely not voting Republican. Just to, and I have people, a whole bunch of people like, because I tweeted, I was like, yo, his mom's with a Panther. Like, you smoking crack, bro. Like, what is you on? And a whole bunch of people try to mansplain Tupac to me. Like, he wouldn't be for the established. Like, all this. I'm like, bro, you're not gonna, that was my favorite artist of all time. I read everything he wrote. I've listened to every word he's ever said. This man would not be, he was anti like American establishment to the max, but he was all for the redistribution of wealth. He was staunchly pro choice. It's in one of his songs. Since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to create one. I just don't understand the line of thinking to even, I mean, maybe it's just for clickbait. That could be too. I do think them cats getting paid though.
I think you just stumbled on it right there, Arian. I think
Well, I mean,
think it's clickbait. Yeah. And they're I don't know who's running his account. There was some speculation about who was running AB's account a couple weeks ago. I don't know what came of that. Big T, did you hear about that?
No.
So I don't want to say who it is just in case that was fake news. But it was allegedly like a manager of a college basketball team, like a student manager that was running AB's account, the CTE ESPN stuff.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, there's everywhere you look on X.com, the Everything app, it's just nothing but clickbait everywhere. I feel like we're going to get so many like old videos on election night too of things that happened in 2020 and 2016, repackaged, relabeled as like, look what's happening right now.
That's why the worst thing that could have happened was when Elon made, like, you could start monetizing social media, because then it just becomes farming for engagement, and that shit is just disgusting. Like, and he did the exact opposite of what he said he was going to do. He's like, in order for us to have real free speech, like, we have to have a neutral platform where that means I'm gonna piss off the far right and the far left. Bruh, every ad I get is a Trump ad. And even if you go on the main page of like where you look for trending topics,
The For You page,
it's like mad MAGA ads. I was like, this nigga funny as hell, dog. Elon's comedy.
yeah, let's get out of election mode, America.
Saquon Barkley.
Dog. Hey, I had a bunch of Macrodosians on my bumper when I said this man was the most talented running back in the league 2 years ago. I still stand by my statement. He just, injuries, team, line issues, a whole bunch of stuff. This man is insane. That may be one of the most athletic things I've ever seen in my life.
I really wish there weren't two defenders like right there ready to tackle him, because if he did that and then like went and scored, that'd be the
Greatest
coolest
run of all time.
I do think it is the best move I've ever seen. Like, even though he got tackled right after, like, how did he even know that guy was there? Because he spins out of a tackle right before that, and then he's facing the other direction and jumps over the guy backwards.
What is it? But the beautiful, like, choreography of it all was like he jumped and like paused and then split and then came back. It was just, that shit was fucking poetry, dog. That was some more athletic shit. There's shit that you look at and be like, I could not have done that. That's one of those things where there's no way I could have done that shit.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Was gorgeous, man.
It was insane. The jump, the backwards jump after the spin move, it's crazy. Like, there's no way that you practice that move ever, right? He just reacted.
Yeah, that's just athleticism. You was born with that. The Lord made Saquon Barkley, and he said, I'm going to bless you with this immense amount of talent. I'm not going to feed hungry kids, but I'm going to give you this insane athletic ability, and you're going to use it to your benefit.
Who are your top 3 running backs in the NFL right now?
I got him, King Henry, and
Bijan.
even though he's hurt, I said just talent wise, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Though to me, like talent wise, those are the 3 best running backs in the league.
That's a good top 3.
Thank you.
I mean,
PFT commenter.
Top 3 was probably the easiest thing that I could give you.
You want me to do top
5, 7.
I would have to think. You know what I'm saying? Off the cuff, I don't know.
I go Bijan.
Kamara.
No, I go Gibbs after Bijan.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't saying necessarily in order.
I go Jonathan Taylor. He up there too.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb.
It's a Nick Chubb.
I didn't say
I heard ASMR Nick Chubb.
ASMR Nick Chubb.
Yeah. Mad Dog's top 5 running backs in the NFL ASMR style. Go.
Oh God. Okay. Oh, I actually hold on. Nick Chubb. Bijan Robinson.
We said him.
Wait, I have to do my own?
Yeah. No, she can do her own.
I mean, there's only like 32.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey. Oh God. I can. Who are some more?
Derrick Henry. King Henry.
Derrick Henry. And
It's given Yin Yang Twins 2003, 4.
Jonathan.
Oh, no Saquon for Mad Dog. Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
Those are just the only. I don't know. Nick Chubb.
Yeah, that was an incredible move by Saquon. He's so good. God damn, he's so good. And the Giants are dumbasses for letting him walk away. It's crazy.
I'm glad they did though. He didn't have a line for the first 4 or 5 years of his career, dog. Like he needed some help.
And it's crazy to see what Derrick Henry's doing at his age too. Because he's not young.
Was he 30?
I think he might be 30, and he's still running people over. He still looks fast as hell. The crazy thing about Derrick Henry is the fact that he is a running back. Because there are so many players. Aaron, you probably know this. There are so many players that are elite high school running backs that get to college and they play at a premier school, and their coach is like, you're going to be a defensive end or you're going to be a linebacker, right? Like big dudes in high school that are like 6'3", and they dominate everybody at that age because they can run you over. They're faster than everybody. But then they get to college and they're like, this guy, you're athletic, but you're not going to be like agile and freaky quick enough to be a running back. We're going to make you play linebacker. I guarantee you there was somebody at Alabama that tried to get Derrick Henry to play linebacker. And shout out to Derrick Henry for not giving up on his dream to be a running back and be like, no, coach, I think I can do it. I know I'm big, but I can do this.
Yeah, he one of the greatest ever, man.
How many, Derrick Henry's senior year of high school, how many rushing yards and rushing touchdowns do you think he had?
How many games?
He went
Can you tell me
crazy.
games?
What was
It's
it?
usually
I think it was
10.
before.
But
Okay.
then I don't know, this might include playoffs too. So somewhere 10 to 15.
I'm going to say
It was like 4,000 yards, didn't he? Or like 3,000 or 4,000 yards?
I mean, that'd be crazy.
He had
It was like
4,261 yards.
Yeah, let me see. No, it was like 40 something touchdowns. Wasn't it?
55.
Something crazy.
Holy fuck.
It's crazy. It's video game numbers.
For
bro.
his high school career, 1,400 carries, 12,000 yards, 153 rushing touchdowns.
That's crazy, man.
That's
Yeah, no,
absolutely
he
nuts.
Honestly, those coaches should be in jail.
For running him too much?
Yeah, I mean, that is crazy.
Well-
but I mean, I get it. Like, you have Derrick Henry.
Were
but,
these close games? That makes a difference.
I don't
too.
know.
Could have been. Should not have been, though. With them kind of numbers.
So he was averaging his senior year, he had 4,000 yards and we think 10 games.
This says 327 yards a game, so that would be
Holy
like
fuck.
12 or 13.
How many times did he get tackled? He probably got tackled like 4 times a game.
That shit's hilarious, though. I can just picture like some dude, you know what I'm saying, who's like at a desk job right now. Like, yeah, man, he fucked me up in high school.
Like, what do you?
Just like
how do you
5'9".
How do you coach your defense? Like he's averaging 400 yards a game. Would you say like, okay, so we can't let Derek beat us today?
You say, fellas, listen, man. Sometimes it's about trying your hardest.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's about staying together and playing together.
I just looked up Jalen Hurd's stats, who was a 5-star running back we played against in high school. He went to Tennessee and got drafted by the 49ers, but was
I
hurt a
remember him.
bunch.
Yeah.
So
he was number 1, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was going to set the UT rushing record and then left the team in the middle of the season. It was a whole thing. But he had 3,400 yards and 43 touchdowns in high school in 2012.
Holy shit.
Well, what happened to him? Did he get drafted?
Yeah, he was hurt a bunch. I don't think he ever actually played in the NFL. He was on the Niners for a couple years.
So, Arian, do you have any memories of playing in high school where you were just dominant over people? Like, what were your stats like?
I think my last year I had like 2,000 some yards. Yeah, I had like a 300-yard game, a bunch of 200-yard games. I was just better.
Did you ever feel bad for like maybe there was a guy on the other team that looked like me, and
No.
he was
Hell no.
cornerback, and he was like, I have to. My responsibility is contain on Arian Foster.
Nah, fuck him.
2003 was your senior year?
4.
So I only see 2003, but that was 174 attempts, 1,600 yards, 17 touchdowns.
Yeah, no, I was behind 2 seniors that year.
That was his third string numbers.
Yeah. I remember and shout out to all my dogs, but like I remember they had me behind 2 cats. It was their senior year, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And I think the first game I had took 2 kickoffs back for touchdowns. And it was like, okay, we got to give him the ball somehow. And then I started getting like 5 Ks here, 10 Ks there, and then after a while I was like, all right, dog.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong, and
You probably are.
You know better than I. You were at UT in 2004, right? You redshirted.
No, well, that year, I guess it would be 2000. It would
Yeah,
be
like
the
you
season of
graduated in
2003. I graduated 2004 though.
So 2003.
But 03 was your last season in high school.
I still would count that 04 because I guess
The 04 season you weren't in high school.
Yeah, I guess. But it would be the 04 year. You know what I mean? Like I graduated.
But it goes
2004.
by I'm looking at the 03 football season, which went into the school year of 2004.
Okay, listen, investigator. I'm not lying about my high school stats. Dog.
I know. I'm not. I was just confused because you said
Okay.
I was just confused.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. They didn't keep up. Like Rivals was new when we was coming out, so the stats is kind of it could be a lot going on. But I definitely had over 2,000 yards my senior year.
Yeah, I can't find a lot of your high school. Oh, so this says. So Wikipedia is wrong because this is Max Preps and it says
Wikipedia can do that from time to time.
something about 2,093 yards in 2003.
Yeah, that sounds more like it.
That's a pretty good year. That's funny that they put you at kick returner. They're like, okay, you're just gonna be a special teams ace for us.
Yeah.
Oh man,
they told me that.
really good.
Shoot, Fulmer told me that in college as well. When I was going into my senior year, he was like, at that time I wasn't playing special teams, but we was on the sidelines and we was watching special teams, and he just came up to me and we was just chopping it up, and then he goes, he's like, this is what you're gonna be doing in the next level. He said, you're gonna have a good career. I said, okay. I motherfucked him in the back of my mind, but I could see why he thought that. I ain't mad at him.
He was saying that about you going into college or to the NFL?
Going into the NFL, he said this.
Right.
He said this is what you're gonna be doing at the next level. He said take special teams seriously at the next level, which he's not wrong. I mean, he was wrong, but he's not wrong in giving me that advice.
Did you know that you can commit pass interference on a fake punt?
Why wouldn't
No,
you
man.
be able to?
Like if you're guarding the gunner, and the punter throws the ball, you can interfere while the ball's in the air going towards the intended receiver. You can like grab him and throw him to the ground.
Oh, you're saying you're allowed to?
Yeah, you're allowed to.
Okay, I thought you meant they can call the penalty.
No,
I was
you're
like,
like-
well, yeah. Why wouldn't they?
You're allowed to.
Interesting.
That's what the Falcons did yesterday. when the Cowboys did that stupid fake punt?
Yeah,
Just threw the guy to the ground. No flag.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, pretty cool rule. It's a well-coached team, Big T. The fact that they knew that they were allowed to do that and they got away with it.
Right. I don't. They're okay coached.
I think. All right. Did you know that Kirk Cousins just put together the best back-to-back quarterback ratings in the history of the Atlanta Falcons?
I believe that. He was like 19 of 21 at one point yesterday or something.
Yeah, things are looking good for the Birds.
6-3.
Kirk Cousins doing, the Taylor Swift dance.
Yep.
Got him.
Nanodosing is also brought to you by Shady Rays. You ready for game day? Get ready for game day with the addition to the Barstool Sports Rival Collection, the Barstool College sunglasses from Shady Rays. Shady Rays partner with Barstool Sports to bring you a new lineup of premium polarized shades that are perfect for showing off your team pride. The Barstool College Collection features bold colorways inspired by some of the biggest names in college sports, ensuring that you will find the perfect pair to rep your team. Whether you're at the tailgate or if you're in the stands, these shades deliver all-day comfort, top-notch performance. Plus, with Shady Rays' hassle-free returns and exchanges, you can shop with confidence. Elevate your game day look with Barstool College Collection. Head over to shadyrays.com and use code MACRO. Get 35% off polarized sunglasses. See for yourself why over 300,000 people have rated these shades 5 stars. Shadyrays.com, promo code MACRO, 35% off polarized sunglasses. All right. Do we have any intercepted questions for a podcast today, Mad Dog?
Real quick, we got to say,
Yep.
Rest in peace, Quincy Jones.
Yes.
Man. Oh man, that's a heavyweight. For the most part, like, you know what I'm saying, and on this side of America, he probably had his hand somehow, some way in all modern pop music, rap, Motown, 80s, 90s, don't matter. Like, this man was a musical genius and responsible for some of our greatest moments in music, in black music. So rest in peace, Quincy Jones. I know my mom's tore up about it. It's gonna be all right, Mom. But a legend, juggernaut.
One of those behind-the-scenes guys that you should know.
Mm-hmm.
Well said. Mad Dog, do we have any intercepted podcast questions?
We do.
Have we heard back from our friends at the Toast?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh,
Which
that's,
is
that's
sad.
cool.
They haven't said anything.
You know what?
But
They were never really our friends.
yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
I know. Also, shout out Jason Kelsey for smashing that guy's phone this weekend.
Oh yeah.
We have intercepted questions today from our friends at our own company,
Okay.
Out and About.
Okay, cool.
Figured it would be. I was trying to get some from.
Listen to Joey and Pat. Subscribe to their podcast.
Yes, please do. Man Mafia. I was trying to get some from like political podcasts, and I couldn't find any that were like taking listener questions. They more just talk politics.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be a nice break from the hullabaloo. Maybe you're waiting in line to vote while listening to this. So I said maybe not election material.
All right.
So we're doing Out and About. There's a lot.
I had a moment, real quick. I had a moment
yeah.
where, you know that meme, PFT, where it's like the worst guy in the world makes a point.
Yeah.
Worst person you know made a good point.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah. I had one of those. Steve Bannon said, because they were talking about people struggling to vote because of these long ass lines. He's like, I don't know, man. Is this voter suppression? I mean, what person that works a regular 9 to 5 has time to stand in line 5-7 hours? And I was, yes, my brother, I am with you, Steve Bannon.
Mhm.
Yes, it was amazing.
Yeah. Say what you want about Steve Bannon. Man probably has excellent taste in whiskey.
And just
Boats.
if you're listening to this, maybe some face cream, maybe some lotion.
Yeah.
That might do your skin SPF.
Didn't he just get out of prison?
He did, yeah.
Damn.
Maybe,
His face be toe up, man. He be looking like he got the grayscale.
maybe a liver
Looking
rejuvenation serum or ointment.
He be looking bad, dog.
I've seen a couple pictures of old Steve where it looks like his liver is about to burst through the front of his shirt. Like he's got that swollen upper right quadrant of his body. Make no mistake about it, the man likes a nice cold drink.
Yo, what a deal.
All right, so let's get to some of these. This is the electoral college questions
Oh, good one.
that we have for out and about.
Good one.
Why is it called a college? The electoral college.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Are there any frats? You party? What does the playoff look like?
Okay, I have it. According to Merriam-Webster, so the term college is enrolled in Middle English. It is a transfer from the Anglo-French that is ultimately of Latin origin. It is from the Latin name for society.
Okay.
Collegium, which is itself from collegia, meaning colleague. Essentially, a collegium, I'm probably butchering that, in both Latin and English, is a society of colleagues. Like electoral, college is related to Latin legere, but in its senses is to depute and to delegate or to send as a deputy.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like college just means
A
a
community.
group of colleagues. Yeah. Okay. One thing that they don't tell you about college, or I guess misinformation that they try to tell you about college, when you're growing up and watching movies, TV shows, they really make the dean seem like he's going to be a big part of your life in college. They make the dean seem like he's top dog. I never met any of my deans. I don't know who my deans were. Deans did not have any active role in your life.
Well, do you mean the dean of your specific, like, major, or of the president of the school?
So president of the school is
Yeah,
what we're
yeah.
talking about here. But the dean doesn't do shit. Like I was brought up thinking, oh, the dean is in charge of the entire school. That's not the case.
It's like the principal.
Yeah. The dean is really, you're not going to know your dean. Your dean's not going to come down hard on you. If you're going to get in trouble, it's probably going to be from your RA, and then they're going to send you like in front of a board or something. But yeah, the dean is just big dean. They got a good PR team.
The big dean. I
Yeah.
almost had to go see a dean. I got caught cheating on a Spanish test.
Oh no.
Yeah.
How?
It was actually pretty funny. So one of the dudes in the class was, he was like, I think, where was he from? I think like Argentina or some shit like that. I don't know. And so I had very little interest in being in school while I was in school. And so we had a Spanish test. And I was like, this nigga speaks Spanish. I'm finna just copy off of him. And so I did. And so she brought us both in, and she goes, hey, Arian, I know that you cheated off of so-and-so. I was like, how you know that? I was going to the end, right? And she goes, because he's from a certain part of South America. I forget which part. She's like, he has a certain dialect, and the way he writes is a certain thing. And I was like, damn. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a choice. She was like, nah, I can hold you both liable. And I was like, nah, he didn't know. Even though he did know. I was
Yeah.
gonna copy off him. I didn't want to throw him in the bus. Like, nah, it was all me, man. Like, I'll take whatever I gotta do. And she's like, I can get you kicked out of school. And I was like, you gotta do that, but it's my bad. And she was like, I don't want to do that. And I was like, well, I appreciate that. So shout out to whoever that teacher was.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty clear way of catching you.
Yeah.
They were doing the Argentinian conjugations.
Some shit like that. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't tell you. Like, it's so long ago. But yeah, man. I wish I had. They just do life in reverse. They do college in reverse, because I have so much interest in learning now.
Yeah.
Like I have for the past 10 years of my life. But when I was growing up, all I wanted to do was get to the NFL. So all of the other shit was just, I didn't care. I couldn't care less. I just did what I had to do to get through. I wish it was, I don't know.
They should do senior college.
I mean, you can still go as a senior.
To junior college?
Well, no, they have like, there's a few classes I had where there was like old folks in there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like 50, 60-year-olds. And I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing here?
I took a football coaching class when I was in college. That was a great class. And there were
I bet it was dope.
a couple
Bet it was
guys
dope.
from town that had stopped in, and they were taking the class too.
What'd you learn?
I learned all sorts of stuff. It was a great class. I remember that the guy he was one of the older guys that was just like taking the class. He wasn't a full-time student or anything. He would always raise his hand for like rhetorical questions. So like the coach that was also our teacher, he'd be like, yeah, like there's some great quarterbacks. They don't let them call their plays anymore, but back in the day, they used to call their plays. Like, you guys know Terry Bradshaw. And the guy raised his hand in the back of the room, and he's like, "Yep." And the guy goes, "Terry Bradshaw, quarterback, Pittsburgh Steelers." And the professor
Fucking aced it.
The professor was like, "Yeah, that's them. Very good." And then he was talking about like how some quarterbacks are tougher to coach than others. Like Brett Favre throws a lot of interceptions. He goes rogue. He's like, "You guys obviously know Brett Favre." He's like, "Brett Favre, quarterback, Green Bay Packers." And the guy was like, "Yep, you got it." And the professor also, we were talking about the probability and the math that's reflected in calling the coin toss and deciding if you want to kick or if you want to receive.
Ooh, what is that?
Well, he said that he put together a study that he did on his own where he looked at field position for every NFL game and what your average field possession was on each drive if you got to kick the ball off or receive in the first half. And he said, I figured it out in that you actually get better field position in the first half if you elect to kick the ball off. And so he would always choose to kick the ball off just for that reason. And then I asked him, doesn't that just like reverse in the second half? And then he just stopped and stared at me. He goes, I never studied the second half. And you could tell there were all sorts of thoughts going through this man's brain at that time. Like, what have I done? Did I waste a year of my life?
Come on, man.
I felt bad. Because I was genuinely curious. I wasn't trying to like catch him. I was like, yeah, but in the second half that evens out. And he's like, oh, dear God.
my man didn't complete the study. he didn't control nothing. Holy shit.
No.
That's funny, bro.
Yeah. It was a great class, though. Highly recommend taking football coaching in college.
What college did those two quarterbacks go to?
Brett Favre went to Southern Miss.
Mississippi. Oh, shit.
And then Terry Bradshaw went to Louisiana. Did he go to Louisiana? Was he a Raging Cajun? Was he? I'm gonna say Louisiana Lafayette.
It's Louisiana Tech.
Oh, Louisiana Tech.
I'm 90% confident in that.
Oh, okay.
Look it up, but I believe it's Louisiana Tech. And you know who was ahead of him on the depth chart at what I believe is Louisiana Tech?
No, who?
Phil Robertson, the Duck Dynasty guy.
Yeah, that's right.
Who quit football because it interfered with duck hunting season.
Yep. Yeah, Louisiana Tech. You're right.
Yep.
Ruston, Louisiana.
Women's basketball team is the Lady Texters.
The Lady Texters?
Yeah, so all their other team, they're the Bulldogs, I think, but then the women's basketball team's the Lady Texters.
That's awesome. Is there mascot like somebody holding a phone?
I don't know.
Okay, all right, let's get to the out and about questions.
Yeah. I have there's a lot here, so we have multiple. Okay. How to leave early when you're on a date and you're not clicking.
Okay, so what do you guys think about the fake phone call?
I think it's overdone.
Yeah, oh, it is?
It's also just like
It's
so,
like so obvious.
so obvious.
It's just disingenuous. Like, I've had those dates recently, and it's just, you just got to keep it a bean. Like, listen, man, like this ain't, I'm gonna go ahead and, pay for dinner or wherever we're at. And I'll be like, it's not clicking. That's okay. It's just time to move on. It's lovely meeting you. Had a great time. Kinda. Don't say the kinda part though. And just keep it pushing. Just be honest. Honesty is usually the best medicine for that.
But how are you being honest if you're saying you have a great time, but you're like dying to get out?
I said kinda. Well, because
Just be
you could have had
cordial.
a great time.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, you can still have a good time.
It was nice to meet you. I could have had a good time or not. And if you want to divulge that information, you can. But it's just best to, we both took a chance on love here. It didn't work, didn't pan out, and that's okay. There's 8 billion people. There's chances are I'm not going to click with all you. So.
Would you rather say that or wait for it to be said to you?
Odds are if she says it, I've already been thinking it for
Right, but
a
it would
long time.
it'd still kind of suck more though.
It depends on how. It's one of those you can't fire me, I quit moments you're trying to go
Right.
for.
Yeah. You want to have the upper hand.
Nah, that's petty. Man.
In the relationship that will go nowhere. You want to feel like you won that one.
I wasn't fucking with you first. So just to let you know, I wasn't fucking with you. I mean, when you walked in, I was like, this ain't it. I was just trying to be nice.
You get super defensive. Yeah, fuck you too.
It could turn into that.
What about just a good old fashioned? Oh my god, I got diarrhea. I gotta go. Does that play?
Is that
At
old
least a
fashioned?
good story for her.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
super old fashioned.
Or
Yeah,
him.
that is
Is-
maybe the oldest trick in the book.
Is that what people used to? I don't ever recall that. I have diarrhea, gotta go.
No, it's something that you would say if you were just panicked and you couldn't think of literally anything else.
Sounds like a 60s sitcom.
I've got really bad diarrhea. It's really bad.
Make up a wild lie. I'm keeping it being just right here. I got herpes. I don't know if you want to proceed.
Jesus.
I'm wanted for murder. You don't want a piece of this.
Just beat a RICO case.
What if you?
That might be appealing though.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, we got to talk about that real quick.
Oh, Doug.
Oh yeah.
So, Young Thug is now somewhat free, a somewhat free man. He
He's free. He's free.
he has agreed to terms and conditions pertaining to his release from custody. He has agreed to serve, is it 20 years of probation?
15, I think.
15 years of
15,
probation, and he has been exiled from Atlanta.
I didn't know
That's
you could do that.
wild.
Exile, man. We're bringing it back.
I think 10 years.
Exile is so fucking badass to be told, like, you're not allowed to set foot in this city limits. That is fucking
Except
awesome.
he has to come back, I think, to do the 4 concerts a year promoting anti-gang.
He has to give 4 speeches per year to Atlanta. I don't know if it's kids in Atlanta or if it's just to citizens of Atlanta. 4 speeches per year about the dangers of gang activity, and one of those speeches per year is allowed to be a concert.
Oh, I thought they were all concerts.
I think I read that only one can be 4 concerts a year is a lot.
That's-
This is interesting too, though, because a lot of his concert, I mean, a lot of his music is gang related. So is he going to have to not perform the songs that have violent activity in them?
I think it'd be hilarious if he came out with a new album in 6 months and it was like, hey, kids, don't join the gangs. Like, that'd be awesome.
That was
I
pretty
would
good.
love that.
Hey
I
kids,
would
don't
love
join the
Yeah.
gang.
What's the
He might have
Donald
to
Glover talking about? He has a joke where he says everybody that says rap was better in the 90s is full of shit. And he's
Yeah.
like, all the songs where I went to the hat store today and I bought myself a hat.
He must have said the 80s, not the 90s.
I think he said 90s. I don't
Nah, I
know.
know
Yeah,
what he said,
he
90s.
does the joke way better than I do. But
Yeah, I think he was talking about it because the 80s was very like, woke up, took my the hood, and I came and did my thing. It was, all of it was like that. We was at the park and we was dancing on a. Yeah,
I don't know why he stopped doing stand up, because he has one stand up special and it's really funny.
He's very
I love
funny.
his
Yeah.
stand-up special.
The Home Depot joke. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, with the toilet.
Hysterical.
Yeah.
He's our generation's Jamie Foxx. Just can do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
Talented as a motherfucker.
Hey kids, gangs aren't cool. If you want to be rad, just stay in school.
There's a bunch of them shits growing up though. Remember them Dare programs?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them shits, some goofy ass raps they used to rap.
They all started with, my name is something and I'm here to say.
My name is Bill, and I'm here to say.
Saw Donald Glover filming something outside the
Cool
New
Mo
York
D
office
was
one time.
rapping. Cool G Rap was rapping, and then Rakim. So, little hip hop history for y'all. The reason why Rakim is revered to all your favorite rappers. So, like my generation, all revere Rakim because he took hip hop from walking down the street and had some meat from that to like actually rhyming in a flow that was very unorthodox and very unique word usage. Subject matter was very different. So like Rakim, the god, is very revered for that reason. So like Rakim spawned the Wu-Tangs and the Nas's and the Biggies. That came from under Rakim's umbrella. And from that, we got, the number one of the number one genres of all time.
Who was the first rapper to cuss?
I think that was Grandmaster Flash
They're
and
like,
Furious
I
5.
didn't know you
I
could
think
do
they-
that.
Yeah, I think they did.
Who was
On
the
wax.
Who was the first rapper to rhyme party with Bacardi?
That was probably early 2000s when Bacardi started. Because like when we was growing up here, there was a lot of Alizé Yeah, they would talk about Alizé a lot.
Yeah.
Hennessy. I'm really just talking about Pac right now.
Listen, there's only one dude who rhymed mansion and Wisconsin. So
Who's that?
you don't know who that is?
That's T-Pain. He ain't a rapper though.
T-Pain was a rapper.
Nah, he was more of a singer.
Yeah, but he rapped.
This is a very white take. He was not a rapper.
He's a hip hop
He was R&B.
artist.
He was on everybody's hook in the 2000s. He's a singer.
I think T-Pain was featured on a lot of rap songs, but his role on those rap songs were to break out the vocoder and sing the chorus.
Sure.
No, it was auto-tune. He made auto-tune what it is today.
Yeah,
But have you heard him sing without auto-tune? He's like a crazy
Amazing.
singer.
he's good.
He's amazing. He had this thing, because I follow him. I love him. I love T-Pain, dog. I think he's uber talented. And he took like a genre and has like all these new rappers because of T-Pain. All of these new like young Lil Baby, all these cats. That's T-Pain. They're all T-Pain babies. But he has he did this like live performance with a band where he was like singing cover songs. Dog, it is. Please check that out if you haven't. Go look at T-Pain cover songs. Oh my god, he's just. I love T-Pain, dog, and he's a really good dude. He streams all the time, plays games, makes beats live, does songs live. He's a legend. Yeah, there you go. T-Pain mashup. There you go.
Those aren't covered. Those are his songs. But he did that.
He did some covers too, but yeah, you're right. These are his.
Yeah,
songs.
that
You're right.
video. I thought that's what you're talking about. It's awesome.
Yeah. He's one of the goats, man. One of the goats.
Okay, and
First, I think I said this before, but first song ever to use autotune. Y'all remember it?
first song ever to use autotune.
Ever.
What year?
Oh, I want to say 80s.
Oh.
80s. Late 80s, early 90s. Somewhere like that.
I don't know.
All right. Cher, do you believe in life after love?
Oh, that was like mid '90s.
I said late 80s, early 90s, but I'm sorry.
I was like mid '90s.
Why you snap on me like that, dog?
Because you said '80s. That was.
I said late 80s, early 90s. It was around that era. I was off by 7-8 years, dog. Forgive me, PFT. My fault, Eric.
Okay.
How old is Cher?
Do you believe was released in
78.
1998?
98?
Yep.
Was it that late? Damn. I was 12 years old when that bitch came out.
Do you believe in life after love, after love, after love? All right, next question.
I'm in my late 30s with no kids. Should I leave America and find a guy in England instead?
Yes.
What?
It seems like you've made up your mind to
Yeah.
do that.
That's so specific and give us no context.
All right, so this person, this is a weird thing to do. It's like this is putting the cart way before the horse. You just have like a romantic notion of a British guy built up in your head. Like a random, that's not even one particular British guy, right? This person.
Yeah, it's just a vibe. No,
just like,
I
I want
think
to-
London would be better for the dating scene.
I want to fall in love with a British guy.
I mean, I kind of do too. Like my Siri is English or British.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, she sounds. They sound smarter to me. I kind of romanticize them as well.
I feel like you would find a British person and then move with them to England. Because you built this up. It's like the same notion people have about New York in their head sometimes. It's like, oh, I'm going to move to New York and I'm going to find somebody, a New Yorker. And then it's always not what you have it built up to be. It's always way different.
I also
Late
think that
30s, yeah.
I also think that like the dating scene isn't so remarkably different in London, do you think?
I think maybe they're just saying that they've run through everybody in whatever town they're in right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like I got to start it. I got to go to a whole new country.
Let me just try Europe out real quick.
Yeah.
Man, it's a slut shaming.
Run through a wall.
Maybe maybe they're just sick of circumcised guys.
Is that not a thing over there?
No.
Really? They got the hood on over there?
Yeah, they got the hood.
Damn.
Hoodie mellow. Yeah, they in Europe. I think it's if you're Jewish, then you're circumcised in Europe. That's like, but besides that, it's not commonplace And then in the United States, it's like, yeah, most people are.
Circumcision is a wild. It's a wild thing, but it's healthier for you.
Yeah. It is just crazy though to think that you take a baby and you're like, okay, now we're gonna cut its penis off.
Gonna cut part of it.
Yeah.
This is for you, little buddy.
All right, be careful.
Trust me. It's wild.
Do you guys have a take on the move to England and find a guy?
Who, me?
Yeah, either one of you guys.
Not really.
No, I think the
I don't think you should move anywhere for a man unless
yeah.
you like want to.
But also, this is one that she doesn't.
She
This
doesn't
is
even
a
have him.
hypothetical
Yeah, exactly.
man.
Yeah.
So I would
He
I
exists in
would
the
not
ether.
encourage
yeah.
you to.
I don't think moving to England will solve all your problems. You're welcome to like move to England to like have a new phase of your life or whatever,
Yes.
and then maybe fall in love there as like a byproduct. But I don't think you should move to Europe just because like you watched Notting Hill one time and you were like, this has to be how it is over there.
That's what. Yeah, this person wants Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think do what's best for you in your whole life as a whole person rather than just your love life.
Yeah, I agree.
No AC over there.
Yeah.
And
or
no ice. Yeah. So yeah, I think do what's best for you, not what's best for your like hypothetical husband that doesn't exist.
And also, just so you know, when you get there, they're not using a slur. They're talking about cigarettes.
Right.
So be ready for that.
Speaking of,
Talking about Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of,
Why was that a thing? Why are they calling Kelsey gay? I don't understand.
fellas, is it gay to date the most famous woman in the world?
The guy was like going up to him and said, "How does it feel that your brother's a blank for dating Taylor Swift?" Which feels like a very 11-year-old thing to say.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but like I don't. What's the correlation? I don't even get this.
There is none.
I don't know. Like,
The correlation is he wanted to get a reaction.
My God.
like I think it'd be pretty sick to be dating Taylor Swift. Honestly,
Really?
yeah, I would accept.
I would.
There's a choice.
I would not.
open them DMs, Big T.
I would not date Taylor Swift, for the record.
Wow.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I don't want to write songs about me.
Well, then don't do bad things.
Yeah, see that tone right there that Mad
Yeah.
Dog just said.
Yeah.
Like
I came at you really hard. I'm sorry.
you're already guilty before you. I said I wouldn't
That's what I'm
date her,
saying.
and Mad Dog's like,
cult following.
"Don't you fucking cheat on her." I said I wouldn't date her.
Yeah, she's built
Like-
a cult following off of everybody's been bad to her. Like, I
Trav-
wonder how much accountability she's taken in any of these relationships.
Oh no, some
you know?
of her songs are accountable. Travis Kelce, all the songs about him, wonderful love songs.
For now.
Does she make any songs about her fuck ups in a relationship?
Yeah, there's
sure.
a song.
Give me a bar about how she took accountability. Throw it to me. Give
Here,
me something.
hold on.
Didn't she write a song about how she is the "It's me, I'm the problem, it's me"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was sarcasm.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, it sounds like it to me. Give me a bar about how she was like, I did this and I apologize.
Well, the mastermind, right?
Mastermind
Hey,
is about
Eric,
how she.
I'm asking the Taylor Swift fans, but you're convincing me.
No,
That's
Mastermind
you.
is more about how she like plotted. I knew from the moment I met you, I was gonna date you, and this is how I did it.
Yeah, but it's also. All right, you're the expert.
Manipulative?
You're the expert. not me.
Arian, would you like the Google AI overview when you search Taylor Swift lyrics about her being accountable?
Yes.
Yes.
Park it. Put a pin in it. But I
Okay.
want to hear the Taylor Swift stands.
So
I want to hear what you have interpreted as her taking accountability. Honestly.
So there's a song on her album called Folklore called Illicit Affairs. That's where I'm going, Mackenzie, with this. And it's basically, judging by the title, it's literally just about like an affair and like cheating. And the song starts out with, make sure nobody sees you leave, hood over your head, keep your eyes down, tell your friends you're out for a run, you'll be flushed when you return.
Walk of shame. Okay.
And then the chorus is, that's the thing about illicit affairs and clandestine meetings and longing stares. It's born from just one single glance, but it dies a million little times. So then it turns into like the second half of the song. Okay, I'm kind of losing my own battle here, but
Yeah,
I can-
toxic. I'm
it
Put it to
turns
me,
into
Big T.
the
Give me-
second half of the song. The second half of the song turns into like, oh no, like I fucked up because now I've fallen for you in our little affair, because it says
Her accountability was falling for somebody.
it's don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this godforsaken mess that you made me. You showed me colors you know I can't see with anyone else. And then it said, and you know damn well for you I would ruin myself a million little times.
You're missing a layup. I'm not a Swiftie, but even there's one song that she says she was wrong.
What?
Turns out freedom ain't nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Back to December.
Yeah, Back to
Classic.
December. Yeah, yes. Oh, good one. Thank you, Big T.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the bar. Give me the bar.
So Back to December is a song from Speak Now, I believe. And this is from a while ago. This is her young taking accountability. And so this is
But then she stopped.
The chorus is, this is me swallowing my pride, standing in front of you saying I'm sorry for that night, and I go back to December all the time. Turns out freedom ain't nothing but missing you, wishing I'd realized what I had when you were mine. And I'd go back to December, turn around and make it all right. It literally says I'm sorry for that night.
That's as close we're going to
Sorry
get.
for what?
Well, she's not going to lay out, like, it's a song.
Oh, well, she's quick to lay out everybody else's mistakes and all the other hit songs. This is very toxic. She's giving toxic, man.
But Arian, I just wanted to tell you, if you Google Taylor Swift lyrics accountability, the AI overview says Taylor Swift doesn't have any lyrics about her being accountable, but she has said that being good to people is a great legacy to leave behind.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, man. I don't know, because she does have a cult following, and the more I hear about it, the more I'm like,
It is not as fun to talk about how you're wrong.
It's honest, but it's honest, man.
But it's also music. Like it's
Kendrick Lamar, he made a whole album about his fuck ups and how he's taking accountability. He went to therapy because of it in great detail.
I'm happy for him. That's awesome.
So
Me too.
This is some therapy ass shit from Taylor Swift right here. In that song Mastermind, she said, "No one wanted to play with me as a little kid.
So
So I've been scheming like a criminal ever since to make them love me and make it seem effortless. This is the first time I felt the need to confess, and I swear I'm only cryptic and Machiavellian because I care." So that's kind of taking accountability. That's being like, hey, I do some schemy shit. She's a schemer.
yeah.
She's a schemer. I always see it again. It never worked between me and Taylor. She'd always be playing her little games.
You're too much of a straight shooter.
I'm a straight shooter.
Yeah.
I'm an old school classical man.
Confrontational PFT.
No, not confrontational. I just, like, we don't have to play these silly games like we're children. Be a woman.
Yeah, I mean, it's worked out so well, like pretty well for her so far.
I'd say so.
Yeah, no, but
Is she gay for dating Travis?
no,
That might be the real question.
No, I think dating Travis Kelce is a very straight move.
Someone should come up to her and ask her, does she have a sister?
She does not. She has a
No.
brother.
Okay, ask her brother. Isn't your sister a lesbian for dating Travis Kelce?
Yeah. The Jason Kelce only breaking that guy's phone is a miracle for that guy.
Hey, he showed a considerable amount of restraint.
Do you support what he said?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Jason Kelce or the guy?
Jason Kelce.
Yes.
What'd he say?
Yeah. I think also
In that context.
I am not in that community to give my approval or denial of that use of the word, but from what I have seen on Twitter from the reaction, everyone seems okay with it. So
What did he say?
he said he took the guy's phone out of his hand that was recording him, slammed it on the ground, and said, "Who's the
Blank.
F word now?" And I think that's
Ain't nobody gonna
defending.
get mad at that.
I think that's fair play.
I think that's fair
Yeah,
play.
ain't nobody gonna be mad at that.
No, I have not seen one negative review of Jason Kelce in this whole thing.
I've seen a couple of people say that this goes against freedom of speech, that he did that, which is
Oh.
a complete misunderstanding about what freedom of
That's
speech
not,
is.
yeah. No, that's
Like
fuck
the
around,
guy
find
should have
out.
been allowed to say that to him. That's
Yeah.
what people
Well,
are.
in
The guy's allowed to say it.
in the real world, if you call somebody's brother an F word and then get up in their face with a phone, you're inviting trouble.
It's fighting words.
Yeah,
That's a literal thing in the law.
yeah, fighting words.
Yeah, I think the guy technically is allowed to say that. Jason Kelce is then also allowed to respond to that.
So it's probably not the case, but I had a wild theory that this was a viral ad for his beer company
Oh,
That's funny.
because
That's funny.
he was carrying the beer and
Yeah.
displaying the logo prominently.
And like didn't drop it whatsoever.
Yeah, I made sure
while
that
he
it was
smashed the phone.
in frame, and it was like an idea maybe they had when they were drunk, and he's always just going to go viral, and then it went too viral. It didn't too good a job. It's probably not what happened at all, but it would have been a great viral ad if it was.
I think it's a great viral ad just now organically.
Regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm happy for Jason Kelsey for standing up for his family.
All right, before we get to another question, they're brought to you by DraftKings, as Stephen Chit would say, DraftKings. The NBA is finally back. Here's a way to get even more into the action following your favorite players playing Pick 6 from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. Super simple to get started. First, you download the DraftKings Pick 6 app, then select 2 or more players and choose if they'll have more or less of a stat, like points, rebounds, three-pointers, or more. You track your picks for a huge shot at cash prizes. That's all there is to it. Pick 6 is available in most states, including California, Texas, Georgia, Missouri, and more. That's right, California, Texas, Georgia, Missouri, and more. And for all first-time Pick 6 players, check this out. There's new customers that can play for $5, and you get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Hoop it up all season long with the newest, most fun way to play fantasy sports, Pick 6 from DraftKings. Download that DraftKings Pick 6 app now. Use code MACRO. That's code MACRO for new customers to play $5. Get $50 in Pick 6 credits only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours.
College basketball back tonight.
Back tonight. That's right. You excited?
Yeah. Tennessee taking on the Gardner-Webb running Bulldogs.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Throw out the record books when those two teams get together.
Yep.
No love lost. Rivalry week.
We played them when I was in college, and if I recall correctly, they kept the game like way too close for a long time.
Yeah.
It was the first couple years Barnes was there. It was before we were really good. I'll see if I can find that game. Anyway, continue.
Next question.
Big T just hit you with a continue. Proceed.
Okay. Should you tell your best girlfriend that you have a hunch her boyfriend is gay? And this, I believe, is coming from a gay man saying that he thinks his best girlfriend's boyfriend is also gay.
Yeah,
Probably.
absolutely.
You don't
Why
have,
wouldn't
but you don't have like proof. You just catch a gay vibe.
Based on vibes,
I mean, they know.
they
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
would be better at
Yeah. Yeah, if
They-
it's
they-
coming
they-
from like
their gaydar is a little better than most people.
It's more finely tuned.
Yeah, they see it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be like, hey, listen, I don't know, but I'm getting it's a little saucy over there. I don't know if you want to address that,
Yeah.
Because listen, bro, there's so much like shame in expressing yourself in your sexuality that a lot of dudes and women feel like they have to hide it for years and they have to play a role, and it doesn't do anything but harm yourself in the long run. And so, yeah, if you feel like somebody you know and love is struggling with that, let them know it's all right to come on out, man.
It's also kind of
you-
tricky because that person might not even know themselves. They might not have like confronted themselves with that or
Sure.
thought it through. And so to say to like that guy's girlfriend, hey, your boyfriend's gay, that feels like you're pushing yourself into that guy's life.
Well, maybe don't say, hey, I think your boyfriend's gay. There's a way to soften that blow. Be like, hey, listen, I've been gay for a while now, and
Long
I
time
pick up-
listener, first time caller.
I've been, there's certain subtle signs that I notice when I'm trying to pick up, say, or however it goes, that because I had a gay dude on my podcast. This was back in 2017, and I had never really talked to anybody gay before, in depth about their experience and stuff. And he was explaining to me how, and I never thought about it, how going to go pick up another dude as a dude is like intimidating, because a lot of guys are so homophobic that like if you press up on them, like it's a fight. He's like, I've gotten in fights before because I thought I was getting the vibe and I got jumped. I'm like, God, that shit's crazy. I couldn't imagine going through that. So like you said, I mean, you never know what people are internally feeling. So there's a way to soften the blow and do it like with with like love and empathy, rather than just be like, yo, I think your man's is feeling me. You know what I mean? That shit would be weird. But yeah, I think that would be, of everybody's best interest to address it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think if you're confident in your own gaydar, that's a good way to handle it. I think my gaydar is bad. I feel like I've got like a 1950s radar, and then dudes are flying around with like the F-35 modern day radar that can spot gay guys like 150 miles away. I've just never been good at it. There have been like 9 times when I've been surprised when somebody's told me.
Yeah, I'm not the best, but there's sometimes it's very easy, and sometimes it's like, I don't know.
It's also it is kind of a weird thing to like throw like a little grenade to toss in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if he's not, then she's going to be thinking like, yeah, he is. I guess he is kind of feminine.
It plants a seed.
Yeah.
I think that's an okay. Like I said, it depends on how you bring it to her. Like you can't be, like, girl, I think your man. It's just be like, hey, listen, dog. Like I said, I seen it. I've been around it, and I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying it may be, because there's plenty of stories you hear about cats with families, and you know what I'm saying, they tipping off, and they doing their thing, undercover. And that's harmful to, now you got kids involved, and you know what I'm saying, if y'all planning a lifelong, it's incumbent on you to like express your concerns as a best friend. In my opinion, it's like if I got a homeboy who got a lady and I think she's cheating or something, I'm gonna holler. Like, even if I don't have any proof, I'm be like, I heard from a bird. Maybe just investigate. You know what I mean? I don't know.
That is a different version of it too. Like if he's stepping out on her, and if he's like banging dudes on the side,
that's what I'm saying.
then she should probably.
I mean, because one thing I know about dudes is we horny as hell.
Yep, facts.
And if gay dudes have any kind of the same anatomy that we do, which they do, they gonna be fucking. And so if it comes, it goes very quickly, but it comes.
Yeah.
And no pun intended. So if you got that itch, more than likely they gonna scratch that shit. So we might as well just, before anybody get hurt, had a conversation.
Okay, good. Okay. I just got married. How do I convince my husband to let me be a stay-at-home wife?
Oh, that's tough.
So this seems like a conversation that you might have wanted to like put the
Absolutely.
feelers out there before
Absolutely.
the wedding, because now it feels like a trap. It feels like he's been trapped.
Gotcha, bitch.
Mission accomplished. I just got married, so when can I finally have this fucking conversation?
Like, yo, man, I've been holding down the meals and in the bedroom for a minute. It's about time for me to kick my feet up, family.
And if you want to be a stay-at-home wife, that might work out. He might be into that. You might be cool.
Who knows?
Depending on what your financial situation's like. He might be comfortable being the breadwinner, and then you stay at home and you are, looking after the family and the house. That's worked for a lot of people. Like probably a vast majority of the world, going back to like the start of humans. But
it's fair to say too, if you got married, this is probably your best friend, right? Like this is the person I want to walk my life with. Like there's not many other people that you would put above them, that you enjoy, that you know. So you should have an idea of what they feel about it. And you should have definitely had this conversation, like you said. Definitely you should have had this conversation before you tied the knot. But because you didn't, it seems kind of nefarious.
yeah.
And unless you want it to end, like you don't want to, that's not something you want to have like any kind of secrets about. Like, because that's something that can fester. Then because that can build resentment. If you want to, and you can't express it, and then what if he says no, and then now you got to work, and you don't want to work, and you's like, I could go get a dude that doesn't make me work. That shit can fester, and could balloon into something that it don't need to be into. Communication is key.
What's also strange? It's strange about this. You're right, Aaron. Like that's something you communicate ahead of time. But it sounds like there's no like kids involved, right? There's no family yet, and she's like, I'm retired now because I'm married.
Yeah.
Stay-at-home wife.
Yeah, she's like, so I don't have to work anymore, right? Because we're married.
Also, that's not really, like you said, it depends on their financials and like their living situation. Like, it's not really a thing you just like decide. Like, I feel like every woman would do that.
Yeah, that sounds like a
probably.
great
Yeah,
great
like
deal.
live at home, like that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there's like certain factors that go into it.
Well, you might think that it would be nice to be just like at home all day, like every day is free. But I also think that a lot of women would be like, they go a little bit crazy,
yeah, for
not
sure.
having like it's one thing you could be like a stay-at-home wife, but if you got like projects that you work on and stuff and things that
Yeah.
you're passionate about,
Yeah.
then that could work. But if you're just like, okay, I'm just free now.
Here I am.
I've just got free time all the time. You might not actually like that after a little bit.
No, you'd get sick of it very quickly.
Yeah, that sounds toxic.
It seems
Yeah.
weird.
I also
That shit says hella like, yo, I just married you, bro. Like, what's happening?
yeah,
What's
I
happening
hope
with the
this
no
isn't
work
your
shit?
first time bringing this up.
Yeah.
Like, I hope before you got married, you discussed like life plans.
But a lot of the times, bro, and this I've noticed, you know what I'm saying, because I'm dating, and a lot of the times it feels like that's the goal, which I understand. It's hard out here. I get it, but it's like that's like a major thing. And
What,
you know, sure,
marriage?
because no, just in general is you'll find a lot of women that are just looking to get taken care of, which on its face isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it can lead to a very complicated dynamic, right? Because then it's you don't find like it's very hard to be genuine in that dynamic. So what I experience in my dating life is sometimes you'll meet women who they know I'm able to take care of myself and my family and whoever else I bring into my circle, and that is enticing. And so they kind of butter up I get the best versions of themselves. And it's not a real genuine depiction of who you actually are. And that's hard to sift through. Because I'm a pretty genuine dude. And so like what you see is what you get, and I'm very upfront, I'm very matter of fact. And so when I'm getting a version of yourself that you're not necessarily your authentic self, it's a tough thing to navigate, because it puts me in a position of I don't trust anybody, and I've gotten in the past. It's like I just don't trust people, and it's hard. And this is not what was me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying this dynamic is very prevalent in the dating scene, especially in your 30s, because women have like a clock ticking in their head, especially if they want a family. They're like, yo, what's happening? Is this going somewhere? Is this not? Can you take care of me? Can you not? Whatever the case may be. And it gets very problematic very fast. And it leads to a lot of uncomfortable conversations before they normally should happen.
Mm-hmm. So it's like when they're dating you, they're like on the most important job interview of their life.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Great way to put it. And it's kind of gross, dog. It's like because you're being quoted for something that, like, you know me, dog. Like you've known me well enough to know that like I don't really value that in that way, and I understand what it's done for myself and my family. But like I really couldn't care less about it. I say that I understand what it's done for me, but it's like that's not a core of who I am. And so when you're on the job interview, it's just very like, and sometimes you can see through it very fast, but sometimes you can't. And it's very, so you go into every situation like very hesitant, not really sure if you're getting everybody's genuine self.
Yeah,
And it's just hard, dog.
I can imagine. But interesting question by this young lady. I'd also like
Had
to
those
know,
conversations before.
Yeah.
I want to know how old she is too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said 30s, didn't she?
No, that was for the should I move to England?
Oh.
It just says I just got married.
Yeah, that matters. She 25 says that shit.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the
Probably,
right time.
honestly.
Before we get to this last question, it's brought to you by Steven Singer Jewelers. The holidays are almost here, and Steven Singer Jewelers has the number one gift, top of the charts. Everyone knows it's diamond stud earrings. Steven has the most beautiful, best value, real, natural diamond studs anywhere. You can choose a great pair of Anita diamond stud earrings, starting at just $298. Steven makes it so easy to buy real diamond jewelry for someone that you love. They've got no phony sales, no haggling, no nonsense, just easy and fun. Steven's real diamond studs are flawless to the eye, near colorless, and they come with his unbeatable full-value lifetime trade-in. You can trade up your diamond studs anytime and receive exactly what you paid towards a larger pair. That's a great deal. So if you think that you're going to be in a position to get bigger earrings for your loved one later on down the line, get these now, and then in a couple years, better financial situation, trade them in, and you receive exactly what you paid towards a larger pair. Steven also has the best guarantee in the business, a full 100-day, 100% no-hassle money-back guarantee. It's 100 days, 100% no-hassle money-back guarantee. Fast and free shipping. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com and click on his Anita Diamond Stud earrings or visit Steven's showroom at the other corner of 8th Walnut in Philly. Buy real diamonds from a real jeweler that you can trust. Steven Singer Jewelers. That's IHateStevenSinger.com.
I got a question for the ladies real quick.
Yep.
Real diamonds versus lab grown diamonds.
Huh.
How do we feel about that?
I think lab grown diamonds are more like accepted now. Like
Yeah.
I don't like there's no I had a friend that just got engaged and she was like explaining to me the difference in them, and there's not really much difference other than the lab grown is like much cheaper. So
Yeah, more bang for your buck.
it just makes more sense to do that, I think, nowadays.
So there's no difference in like the quality or anything like that?
I believe the
I don't know the
quality of
specifics, but
I believe the quality of lab grown is supposed to be like quote unquote better because
And they were
it's
saying,
like,
perfect.
perfect.
Like you know how you do the diamond test?
yeah.
The lab grown Jones passed that test.
Yeah,
Right,
they're real
right.
diamonds.
Yeah.
But again, the specifics of how they're made in the lab are far beyond me. But
Right.
I have never in my life had to think about an engagement ring before. But I don't think I have like a strong anti-lab grown diamond thing going on. I also think it's like not anyone else's business of like what kind of diamond I have if and when I get engaged. So if I want a lab grown diamond because I think it looks better, who cares?
I think some women out there are like, I kind of want that blood diamond.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I'd
it's
rather
yes.
have
a
slave
little more
labor.
special.
100%.
Yes.
Knowing that kids died over this rock.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
oh, 100%.
That's well the whole thing is that it's like more valuable because it was, mined in wherever the hell it
In a
was.
war zone? Yeah.
Yes. No, that's like that's PFT, that's like the whole argument. It's like
All due respect, women, you know I love you. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my
Yeah.
entire life.
yeah. It's all I also
Like that's some evil shit. Be like,
It really is. though.
he needs to treat me like a lady. I need this.
I need
I
blood
need this
diamonds.
diamond to have at least 3 bodies on it.
I need this diamond to be
At
from Sierra
least.
Leone.
At least, dog. What are we talking
Yeah.
about? You don't love me unless somebody die behind this rock.
Yeah.
That's the true value of a piece of jewelry.
That's like literally that is like the whole argument is like, it's more valuable when it comes from these crazy ethical conditions.
Yeah.
I also think I wouldn't be opposed to a lab grown diamond, one, because I feel it probably is a bit more ethical to have a lab grown diamond compared to a blood diamond, question mark. And then also, look, I'm going to say something that's probably a bit superficial, but if I can get a bigger diamond for less money,
How is that
Hey.
superficial? That's just
the opposite of
an
superficial.
educated consumer.
okay. Some people are like, it doesn't matter the size of the diamond. It's like, it's supposed to be about your relationship. I get that.
But you
What
want to
if I-
stunt on these hoes.
What
right?
if I want to stunt on these hoes? Sorry. What if I want a big rock on my hand? And that can happen through a lab grown diamond. I don't really,
Yeah.
yeah, like,
Beggars can't be choosers.
yeah, like let me get a rock. I'm sorry.
If you want a big diamond, yeah, get I don't think that's crazy to say.
No, I think it's definitely like nowadays it's much more common to have lab grown diamonds. Like most of my friends recently that have been getting engaged, like I haven't heard anything other than lab grown diamonds. Like I think it's just like what people do now, unless you're
Yeah.
crazy. Like
Or it's like
I
a
think
passed down
that's the
diamond or
thing.
something.
yeah, that's different.
If and when I ever,
Get down on one knee.
yeah, if it happens, only way it would happen is if it's important to the partner that I have, right? But if and when that happens, that is going to be a prerequisite to me doing it. If you feel any type of way, or if you even want, I'm taking a stance. If you want a regular diamond over a lab grown diamond,
That's a red
that
flag.
I'm calling it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you guys have different morals.
Right,
Like that's
exactly.
just,
Yeah.
I've just like never had to think about it, but I want a big diamond.
What's that shrimp fried rice tweet?
You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
You told me a lab grew this time?
But that's the other thing is you said you want a big one. You can get a much bigger one if you get a lab grown diamond.
I know, that's why I'm not against it at all. I also just like don't think I don't get why it's like a taboo thing to have a lab grown diamond. Like who
I don't think it
cares?
is. I think
I don't
it's
think-
only
I think
in
it's
the
like
minds
common
of.
now. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I feel like when they first came out though, they were like, oh my gosh, it's not technically real, but it's like it is real. By every stretch of any certification, it is a real diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if I can get a big fucking rock on my hand and it's a lab grown diamond, I will take that.
All right, fellas, your orders are clear.
Yeah.
He's
Fellas,
just gonna get diamonds mailed to you.
fellas, no.
All right.
All right, one more.
Yep.
Did you guys have lice growing up?
The fuck?
No.
I would hope not.
I did.
You had lice?
You had lice?
Yeah.
There were lice outbreaks in my school from time to time. Like I remember 2 of them in elementary school, but I never had lice.
I don't think I ever knew anyone who ever had lice.
Oh my god, like
Right.
everyone in my school had lice.
Wow.
Or
Yeah.
did they
Never
just
had it.
tell you that?
Your parents wanted to make you feel better.
No, because didn't you guys have to go get the lice checks and stuff?
Yeah, I got lice checks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. No, I had to like do the shampoo thing.
Well, that's different from the check. You
Well,
had.
yeah, no, I had the
confirmed-
lice. Yeah.
Did you have the lice fairy come?
What's the lice
Oh my
fairy?
god, there's this. I don't know where she is, but there's this one woman who's like, just so good at like specifically. She'll like come to your house and take the lice out of your. It must be like an East Coast thing that I've heard about. But like, yeah, she's the lice fairy, and she gets all the lice out.
Wait, she shows
Wait,
up.
what?
She shows up and she's like an expert at lice removal.
Removing
Yes.
lice?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one person.
Yes. It's just like this woman.
I wonder
Oh.
how much she gets paid.
Yeah. I don't know.
I remember there was a lice outbreak at Big Cat's kids' school, and then we were thinking it'd be very funny if Barstool had a lice outbreak, like amongst all of us as adults.
Ugh, that would be so nasty. No, but I had to get rid of like a ton of my webkins because my mom was
What's a
like,
webkin?
well, they were like stuffed animals back in the day that you could pair online. So then you would have the stuffed animals, and then you also had them like on the internet, and that you could play games with them. But my mom made me throw away like all of them because she was
Shit
like,
give
they
me the
probably have lice.
heebie-jeebies, man. Now it's just like I'm
So-
itching everywhere and shit. just
Sorry,
thinking
I
about
promise
that
I'm
shit.
clean.
Gross.
There's a place
Huh?
called Hair Butterflies. That's the same thing as the lice fairy.
Is that
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
I've never heard of someone.
I might just be thinking of like, because a lot of like some of my friends from college went to like Jewish sleepaway camp, so it might have just been like this one woman that came to their camp anytime they got lice.
The lice fairy.
Yeah, and they called it that.
Do you get money?
What do you mean?
Like the tooth fairy?
Oh, I
Does
don't
she
know.
does she leave like a
She-
dollar?
She pays you to remove. Like,
Yeah,
remove
she
your
just does it
lice.
for the love of the game.
How do you like? Yeah, I didn't. How do you get into like the lice consultant game?
You got to be a sicko.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so bizarre.
You
Like
have
how
to-
are you like? I have a talent.
You have to be. Yeah, there's some weird shit going on.
I have a gift.
I would run an extensive background check on the lice fairy before I allowed her in my house.
Yeah, that's
Right.
very true.
I have some important news to close the show.
Important news alert.
Oh, I think it's. I just saw it too.
Important news alert from Big T.
Someone has made a prediction on the election.
Ben Mintz.
Viral baby hippo Mudang,
Oh.
Okay.
who has predicted there were 2 cakes
Uh-huh.
from which she could choose. One obviously Kamala Harris, the other Donald J.
Bef-
Trump.
Before you tell me who she chose, is this not foreign election interference?
I don't think she's
Right.
acting upon anything. She's just has an opinion.
But this sounds like, where is she based? Thailand?
I
Yeah.
believe so, yeah.
So we're having somebody in Thailand, a representative, as I've said in the past, might be Thai propaganda
Okay.
that's now endeared herself to millions of Americans, and now she's injecting her political beliefs. Stick to sports, Mudang.
I report the news. I don't.
I'm going to tell her to stick to sports on.
Who do you think Mudang has chosen?
I think Mudang. I have no idea.
Mudang has predicted that the 47th president of the United States will be Donald Trump.
Wow, stick to sports, Mudang.
That's not great.
How does a hippo?
Did she walk to the cake?
Yeah, there were 2 cakes. She chose the Trump cake.
Oh, she kind of stole that from Jerry's picking zoo.
Right. And from Pardon My Take.
Larry the Goldfish.
Also true.
Yeah.
Hunks of
Shut up and
22.
dribble, Mudang.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Mudang till she got red pilled.
Yep.
Did you see there's a new pygmy hippo on the scene?
No, there's like a lib version of Mudang. That'd be awesome. A resist hippo.
No, new baby hippo just got birthed in Houston. Oh my gosh, in Houston.
What's the name?
A Kobe
That's a fire name.
at the Houston Zoo.
How do you spell that?
AKOBI.
Good American
no.
hippo.
Yeah, I don't partake in zoos, man.
Listen, I
Hate them.
I see both sides of the equation in zoos. They're probably not the most ethical place. The animals are probably not very happy, but goddamn, they're fun.
Nah.
This is a cute hippo. You got a cute pygmy hippo.
We should have the opposite view of this. Since you love dogs and animals so fucking much, it's an animal prison.
Yeah, my dog is not in prison.
Yeah, you got one of the free ones, but the rest of these motherfuckers in the zoo, I don't like it.
Blake is living a life only some of us could dream of.
Yeah, Blake is having a great
Privilege.
Yeah. Also, there's
he got
another.
that. He got that white privilege.
Yeah, there's also a Scottish pygmy hippo named Haggis.
One hippo's enough. No more. We don't need Scotland hippo. We don't need Mudang. Is it?
Honestly, feels a little thirsty that Scotland's like, we have a wee lad too.
And they named it Haggis. Like, we get it.
Yeah, grow up.
Yeah.
What about our hippo? I can't do the Scottish accent.
But-
Groundskeeper Willie.
I will say Haggis is cute and very small. But yeah, Haggis could also interfere in the election tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't like foreign hippos telling me about my politics.
I need to know what a Kobe is thinking about this
She
election.
can't even vote.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, how old is Mudang?
Mudang is a baby.
All right, so this is voter fraud.
Yeah.
In every which way you slice it.
Yeah.
A Kobe, on the other hand.
Arian, you voting again when you go to New York?
No, we can only vote one time, my brother. That's how the system works.
No, you can vote one time per state.
Oh,
It's like Dancing
yeah.
with Stars.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you can
my
go
bad.
again.
Sure, yeah, you're right. And if my guy loses, it's rigged. But if my guy wins, it's totally legit. You're right. I might pull up a ballot because I'm gonna lose in Texas anyway. So might as well go vote in a state that's gonna go blue, huh?
All right, so we will see you guys on Thursday. Should be an interesting one. I feel like we should just do an election roundup. Get some very special guests on the show to talk.
Crossfire.
Oh, I like that. Bring back Crossfire.
Hey, wear a bow tie, cuz.
Yeah.
I used to have a UT bow tie. I don't think I have it.
You know how to
anymore.
tie it?
It was like a clip-on.
Smart. All right.
Hey, yo, I got. Let's end the show on a positive note. I came across this quote that I love by Joanne Didion. I don't know if you know who that is.
Oh, Joan Didion.
There you go. Who is that?
She is an author and writer, and she was a very, if I'm correct, was a very big like feminist author.
Beautiful. Came across this quote. Beautiful. I'm not telling you to make the world better because I don't think that progress is necessarily part of the package. I'm just telling you to live in it, not just to endure it, not just to suffer it, not just to pass through it, but to live in it, to look at it, to try to get the picture, to live recklessly, to take chances, to make your own work and take pride in it, to seize the moment. And if you ask me why you should bother to do that, I could tell you that that the graves a fine and private place, but none I think do their embrace. Nor do they sing there, or write, or argue, or see the title bore on the Amazon, or touch their children. and that's what there is to do, and get it while you can, and good luck at it. I thought that was dope, man. Touched me this morning.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Good advice. Let's all have a great week as Americans.
Vote, vote, vote.
Go out and vote. If you don't feel like voting, that's also your American right.
Get the sticker.
Yeah, just steal a sticker and tell people that you voted.
Sticker.
Yeah. I actually might just sell I voted stickers.
I like to see all of the different states and the
Hold on.
stickers they
Did you
choose.
see there was a sticker? What was it? I think it was like Michigan.
Michigan, the wolf ripping the shirt off.
Yeah, the little girl won some contest and the I vote, which was horrible sticker.
Yeah.
What's the best one you guys have seen?
My homeboy voted in Louisiana, and it was like this little crawfish.
Oh, I
That
like
was cool.
Georgia's has a peach.
I like the crawfish one. Yeah, peach is always good.
Ohio's is Ohio voting.
It's Ohio.
Like I heart voting, but it's Ohio.
Goddamn Ohio, you've done it again.
I've never voted in Illinois. I have to figure out what their stickers are.
Something with Lincoln.
Mm.
It's probably gonna have Lincoln on it somewhere. That's all I got for them.
King Von.
King
Von sticker.
King Von. Yeah.
Drewski.
Vote block.
Vote block.
All right, we will see you guys on Thursday. Love you guys.